Hey folks, so today we're going to be going over getting your training mastery up to Guru 1. I haven't got there yet. I don't really need to anymore because I've got all three of my mythical horses, so it's kind of redundant for me. But I'm going to go over basically some of my advice and then a trick that's going to really help out a lot of people that don't know about it. So the first thing I'd say is come to BDOlytics and go to the life skills training and then training XP. This will bring up basically most of the buffs that you can have in game that will help you, and it'll show you, like right now I need 27,000 captures. If we turn on GM's blessing, which we're not going to always have, but if we turn on a load of buffs, that some of them we can have pretty much the whole time, some of them we won't, but if we turn them on, like we're down to 97, sorry. That shaved off a lot of time. Now, if you look, this is a 100% buff, and it's not knocking off anywhere near as much. If we turn all these on, it's suddenly really slowed down near the end, and that's because these are additive rather than multiplicative. So the higher your percentage goes, the less it's going to buff it up, unfortunately. And now there is this 70 is just something I just put in just to have a percentage there. There is one other buff that's not really on here. There might be other buffs that I'm not aware of, but this is just a good thing to like work out your percentages on the buffs that you can have, because like it says 720 total. So the other one that I'm aware of is your life crystal trainings. Now these obviously are fairly expensive, but they give 5% XP each, and you can have, I believe it's 14, depending on whether you've done Land of Morning Light and you've got outfits, a lot of fiery weapons. Yes, so it varies how many you can actually have plugged in there, but in general gives you extra XP. Now, I was just going to go over, so for active horse capturing, so I do not have that much on this character for buffs wise at the moment. We do have the event on, so I'm at 1.63. I'll capture a horse, show you how much XP I get. I forgot I changed it over to space rather than Q. I reset my character's controls, so bear with me. Apologies about that. Always check to see if you've changed your controls again. It used to be on Q for basically this mini game back when it used to be really spammy and it would break your button. Like you'd have to spam the hell out of the button. It was just not a fun mini game, but they fixed that quite a while ago. So always make sure when you're doing the active capturing, you press space when the hooves are like up in the air. Don't press space the millisecond that it comes up, because sometimes before they lift the legs off the ground, it will just snap the rope for no reason. It's a bit of a weird one. And then this is kind of the same as in my guide. Oh, it had to just rear up just beforehand. So we'll just win this mini. What I was going to say is this is the same as before, because I believe I've covered this in a previous video on capturing horses. But basically, you just need to feed it one sugar lump. We'll just double check again, 1.63, and then we can get on the horse guaranteed. Right, so 1.63, stable, register. We'll call it Nell. Then check Nell in. So now that was 0.41. Not bad. Honestly, not bad at all. Now, what if we want to do basically a bit more AFK training? Well, we can do that. So first things first, I'll just show, you can obviously just buy a horse from here, then you don't need to worry about it. Go into the stable, then register days. Now, if we jump on Dave, be here somewhere. Obviously, you can put gear on them, but I'm just going to have a look experience-wise, just sprinting in a straight line, how much experience you get. So we're at 2.04. We'll wait for the tick, see how much I get. So 0.02. That's nothing in comparison to active horse, which is why people go for active horse. Now let's have a look at what if you were to use a wagon. So I'll just get back and then put him on a wagon. So again, I leveled up there, still only got 0.02. It goes off the amount of XP now rather than the level ups. So I'll just stable, check in, then shop 1, 2, 3, stable. Dean and Sam. So then if I check this one in, harness, then put all 4 on, take out Fiore, and then let's have a look what happens when we go in a straight line with these. So 2.08, and then once we run all the way along here, now unfortunately because we have, well there we go. So it's the exact same amount of experience that we get. That tick actually came through much quicker than I expected it to. So even putting 4 horses on at once, even though the XP is slower, in fact that tick came through a bit quicker there, but we only got 0.1, so it seems to vary. It doesn't really get you much more XP doing it on the wagon for your actual training mastery, so that's not really anything to write home about. If you found this video useful so far, please like and subscribe. And here's my one final trick, which I think everyone's going to love that doesn't know about it, and it is donkeys. I know what you're thinking. Why a donkey? A donkey doesn't sound like it's going to be of any use. Donkeys are things that get no skills. Well, let's get donkey called Donk. We're going to jump on Donk. And yeah, he doesn't get skills, but let's ride Donk along here. And then just see. So 2.11. Running in a straight line. I'll adjust a little bit if I think I'm going to run off the edge of the road and get stuck on something. And then just wait for this tick. It should happen before I get out of the safe zone, but it might not. There we go. 0.1. I got a 0.1 from my first tick. So we'll just keep going again. So that, considering how quick those ticks are, is pretty much, in my opinion, considering the amount of time you'll spend running back and forth, about as fast, if not faster, than capturing horses. And this is infinite. You don't have to keep looking for horses. You can just buy them from the person right there, and then sell them back to him once they've hit a certain level. Now, I recommend going up to level 7, then replacing it, because then you don't have to feed it any buffs. As you can see, these ones, it hasn't been giving as much as my first sprint, but it's still a decent chunk per level. The donkey gives you much more, or per tick, you're getting much more XP.